David Banner, physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have.
Hey up my old muckheads, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another look at one of the episodes of The Incredible Hulk. Now this one we're about to watch is the follow-up to the pilot episode. I'll link that video down below, so if you want to listen to how I got into watching this program and what it actually means to me, click that link down below. That's episode 1, which was the pilot. As I said, this is a follow-up. Now, originally this was aired on November the 27th, 1977. It's classed as a feature length. It's 2 parts on the DVD/Blu-ray/iTunes version. It is classed as 2 parts, so it's episodes 2 and 3. Directed by Alan J. Levi, written by Kenneth Johnson. So the pilot set the foundation for the whole of the series. Now David is trying to find a cure. In this episode, he is classed as David Benton, which is a common theme throughout, because he's obviously trying to protect his identity. He doesn't, because David Bruce Banner is presumed to be dead from the end of the pilot episode. We had a big explosion during the 70s and 80s. This was the thing, wasn't it? Big explosions, cars, buildings, explosions. They were all the rage, weren't they? So in this episode, David gets caught up in a plot that involves a greedy stepmother, an evil stepmother, and a physician trying to poison and murder the stepdaughter in order to inherit a fortune which was left behind by her late father. So this inheritance is going straight to the daughter. Stepmommy and her physician are in on a plot to basically try and the daughter. Excuse me. Now, Laurie Prange, I hope I've said that right. She's best known for playing a character in Hunter from 1984, The Love Boat, 1978, and William Daniels, who plays the Doctor, is actually the voice of Kit from Knight Rider. So we'll listen out for that. Interesting, that. If you're a Knight Rider fan, you're going to see the face to the voice. Gerald McRaney starred in Simon and Simon, Major Dad, Promised Land, and House of Cards. Now he plays Laurie Prange's boyfriend. Interestingly enough, she looks at a very young age. I'm not too sure how old she is in this episode, Laurie. But compared to the men, compared to her love interests, she looks very, very young. So let's crack on. This episode, of course, is the first one. We have that iconic entrance, that iconic intro, should I say, not entrance. That's to do with WWE. Yeah.
Dr. David Banner, physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have.
I love the fact that the intro to all the episodes now, we do get a recap as to what David actually done to expose himself to this gamma radiation that turns him into the Incredible Hulk every time he gets angry. I love that, and it's one of the best, in my opinion, of course, it's one of the best intros to any show. Now, in the 80s, all these shows had great theme tunes. I especially love, do you remember The Fall Guy? If you're a certain age, you'll remember Lee Majors in The Fall Guy. Of course, I spoke about Knight Rider just. Knight Rider was another one. The $6 Million Man, The Bionic Woman, Falcon Crest, Dynasty, Dallas. They all had these big intros and these big theme tunes, and the theme tunes really made some of these shows iconic. Right, so we've got our intro, Lou Ferrigno and Jack Colvin as the Hulk and Jack McGee respectively. Now we're starting off, as I said, it picks up from the pilot, so David is looking a little bit dishevelled. This is his first time moving out of his hometown. Is looking, well, he needs basics, he needs a job, he needs somewhere to sleep, he needs food, and he's looking for that cure. And we do get a little reminder as David eventually hitchhikes, does get picked up, and notices in the local paper there's at this institution they're working on ways to cure cancer and all these different defects caused by radiation. So he's hoping that this would cure him. So this is the reason why he's heading in the direction of where he's going.
We can take you as far up as 102. Up in the back.
Thanks. The Everett Memorial Hospital in Everett, California has just begun using the most advanced radiology unit in the state. The new $1,200,000 unit is capable of delivering virtually every kind of radiation therapy, with new methods of treatment for cancer and various other afflictions.
So this becomes a common theme in each episode now. He's got chance of finding a cure or finding a way to control the anger. But then obviously he gets distracted. He gets distracted by certain situations. And it doesn't end well, which is the sad part of it, which is why each episode ends with that gorgeous theme tune from Joe Harnell.
All right, let's try it again.
You okay?
So there we're about to be introduced to Laurie Prange, his character. I think her name is Julie. We'll find out. She does have issues with her legs, which was caused by a accident in which her father sadly didn't make it. I think it was another explosion. We just talked about explosions for the 80s and throughout the 70s. They were all the rage in these TV shows. And interestingly enough, as you go through these episodes, you do watch recorded footage that was previously used in another episode. And I think a load of shows did this back in the 70s and 80s. They used pre-recorded footage throughout certain episodes, like you'd get an explosion. It was the same explosion that they filmed for another episode. But yeah, we'll come across quite a few reused scenes.
I'm a little spacey, I guess. I'm on a bunch of medication.
For your legs?
Yeah, but it doesn't help. They just don't want to work anymore. It's really a drag. I used to go jogging with my dad every morning. Only neither of us are really up to running anymore.
Alright, so he helps her get back to the house, where we're going to meet her evil stepmother. She actually got up. She actually got up, but then she basically fainted or collapsed. It constitutes the reason for him going and carrying her back to the house, and being rewarded for actually helping her.
Julie! Julie! What happened? What happened to her?
She fainted.
Where was she?
Down by her father's grave.
Up here, quick. This way.
So there's the very concerned stepmom. Right, so we make it back to the bedroom to settle her down, and we're about to meet Gerald McRaney, who does play the role of Julia's boyfriend. And David spots something very,
You all right?
very suspicious.
Can I have some water?
Yeah. Yes, honey. Up you go. There you go.
Thanks, Margaret.
That's okay, honey. Now just lie back.
10 more cc's of
Myostatin.
Right.
But is he coming over?
He say this afternoon.
It's okay, Margaret. I'll be okay.
No, you just lie back and relax a little bit, Julie. That's a girl. Take it easy.
You see, David's picking up on quite a few things there. The myostatin or statin. That is not the right colour. But I tell you what, Bill Bixby plays the role excellently, because he's this top physician, isn't he? He's a very, very intelligent man, but he tones it down. He's a great undercover man. So he does admit that he does know a couple of things about the medical profession, because later on we do see him have a word with the stepmom, because he's quite concerned. But that's where the tone changes, because they're in on it, the stepmom and the physician, and possibly that nasty, evil-looking nurse. They're all in on it. So, of course, you've set yourself up there, David. He did note as well that Julie called her stepmom not mom. She actually called her by her real name. So he's picking up on little bits and bobs. But they are about to offer him, well, through Julie, a job and a place to stay, to thank him for helping her, which luckily enough is what David wants. He needs a job, he needs a place to stay, while he sets himself up for an appointment at this new radiation therapy place at the Institute.
Margaret, see if you can get him to stay.
You just take it easy for a while, okay, honey? I'm Mrs. Griffith. Do you work for us?
No.
Could you use a job? I'm sure we could find room for another picker.
Ms. Griffith, we've already got a full load of pickers. We'll get 153 of them.
Then another one won't matter, will it? I'd like to find some way to repay you, Mr.
Benton. David Benton.
Mr. Benton.
Yes, I think I will stay around for a while.
A little bit of a frosty reception there from the boyfriend. Maybe a little bit of jealousy. You see, in these episodes, David also there's in each episode there's kind of a hint of like a romance blossoming between him and a female character. In this case, it's Julie. I don't know if that's a romance. To me, it could just be a caring thing, because he's quite a caring individual, isn't he? He's quite He's over caring. He probably cares more about other people than what he does himself, because the amount of trouble he gets into. But of course, if this wouldn't happen, if he'd gone straight to the Institute and carried on with the radiation therapy, we wouldn't have this series. Now, Julie's about to explain to him what actually happened to her father and this tragic accident. Or was it an accident?
Tell me, do you always call your mother by her first name?
Margaret's my stepmother.
Oh.
She married Daddy a year or so ago. Here's my mother. She died when I was 17.
Your dad?
Yeah. That one's my favorite.
In your jogging clothes, huh?
Yeah. He was such a neat guy. God. He was a terrific businessman, too. He took a little family business and turned it into an entire empire. The Pan American Corporation.
Pan American?
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting with an heiress, huh?
For what it's worth.
So there we go. There's our reason why that lovely stepmother and the physician, who we will meet shortly, want to inherit that fortune of Pan American, was it? Now let's see her describe what happened to her dad.
Oh, yeah. I could see him through the flames. But I kept blacking out. By rights, I should have died with him.
How did you get out?
Somebody pulled me out. I don't know who it was. I saw his face, but I don't remember what he looks like.
That's a bit weird, isn't it? If you pulled someone out of a fire, you'd stay with them and make sure they got the medical attention that they needed. So, bit sus that. Who is this guy? Who is this guy now? Let's skip ahead. We're going to meet the voice of Kit from Knight Rider. Of course, this is the physician. This is William Daniels.
Dr. Bonifant came by to see you.
Hello, Julie.
Hi, Doctor.
I hear you've been feeling a little shaky,
Yes.
Why aren't you taking care of your girl, Denny?
I'm trying to.
This is Mr. Benton, who helped Julie.
Hello. Okay, girl, give us an arm. And we'll slip you a little more myostatin.
See, he knows. David knows why. Why it's not... what is this injection that they keep giving her? Because it's not myostatin. And he knows that, but he's about to have a little private discussion with stepmom to tell her his concerns. Not to admit that he is this fantastic physician, but just to give her a hint that he does know certain bits of the medical field. He's not admitting to her who he is. He's just trying to express concern.
Malpractice?
I'm trying to tell you that there's something strange about Julie's medication.
Are you a doctor, Mr. Benton?
Let's just say I know something about medicine. And the drug he's giving her is not myostatin. And the fact that he is giving it to her intravenously scares the hell out of me.
But they do get interrupted by the doctor, so they have to make out that, hey. They have to make out that they're not talking about him. But then, of course, that opens the path for the doctor and the stepmom to have a private conversation without David.
I mean, you don't expect a field hand to have any intimate knowledge of medicine or poisoning techniques.
Well, who is he? What is he?
And where did he come from? So we've got that boiling up in the background, the stepmom with the physician. What are they going to do? What are they going to do about David? Are they going to just let him simmer for a little bit and see what happens? But then on the flip side of that, you've got Julie's jealous boyfriend also getting a little bit jealous about David helping Julie. So can these characters join force in a way to try and get rid of him? I think this is the plan. I think they're trying to get rid of him. So with the jealousy of the boyfriend, who hasn't got a clue what's going on, the stepmom and the physician, all three of them want to throw David off the scent or scare him or get him out of the picture.
There you go, Ben.
What's this?
That's your severance pay. You've been severed.
Mrs. Griffith know about this?
Look, I'm the foreman around here and I run things. Now you shove off.
All right, as soon as I talk to Mrs. Griffith.
Look, Turkey, I don't want to get mad.
Believe me, neither do I.
All right, fine, then you just hit the road.
As soon as I speak with Mrs. Griffith.
I said get out.
Don't do that. Look, please don't do that, okay?
Better do like the man says, pal.
Oh, Danny, don't fool around. Shut up, Rafe. I can handle this.
You listen. I've got to talk to her about Julie.
What's going on with your girl, Danny?
No, I'm not. Will you listen to me?
I don't have to listen to you, and I can take care of Julie just fine without any help from you. Look, I wish you wouldn't do this. Oh!
Looks like we're about to get our first Hulk out. Yeah, so that's the plan. That's the plan, to get rid of David, because he's getting a little bit too suspicious. This is Hulk out now. Previous episode I talked about there was a formula. There's a formula to these episodes. Usually in a feature-length episode like a TV movie, we would get 3 Hulk outs. In a regular 45-minute episode, we'd get 2 Hulk outs. So I'm suspecting we're going to get 4. That's right, 4 Hulk outs, because we are watching 2 episodes, because they split this into 2. So this is number 1. We'll double check at the end of it. This is number 1.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
My God.
Yeah, in the pilot, we did discover that as the Hulk, there's still a part of David there, and he is not a killer, so he's not dangerous. He's just an angry form. He's in an angry form, so he's not going to kill anyone. He's just going to shove people around, throw people around, probably smash up some stuff, like you see the stairs there. So we were reassured that this character, the Hulk, is not a dangerous character. It's just an angry form of David. And also, which we skipped over, the transformation there always seems to appear out of view of the characters that are about to meet the Hulk. Obviously, David was pushed and prodded and actually fell through another room, which is where the transformation took place. So they never actually see David transform. I don't think anyone, apart from the final movie in the series, because they made 3 TV movies, I can't remember if any characters actually see him transform into the Hulk, apart from those 2 doctors who help him. So we're having a little scuffle here at the housing for these farmhands. But then David has got that, has got to have that time to calm down, so we always see him transform back from the Hulk into David.
Ready, ready. Come on, get on there. Get on there, you miserable little cackleberry. Come on now, come on. There. For a while, I didn't know which one of us was going to win.
I have a feeling that this guy is the individual who pulled Julie out of that fire that was on the boat.
Pink elephants is one thing, but this is something new.
Interestingly enough, that guy thinks it's the drink. And he's seen things. Is he going to see... Is he going to witness the Hulk transform back into David? Because he is calming down. Maybe he's going to offer him a little bit of a drinky poo and some of that food.
There you go. Ain't that good?
Chicken's done.
Oh, doggone. Who's out there? Oh.
So he's met the Hulk now. Is David going to crawl back to this little camping area? Certainly sounds like it, doesn't it? Is he going to clock on that green man was David?
How did you get out here?
I don't know.
Well, come on over to the fire. It's cold. Here.
Weirdly enough, his jeans. Have you seen his jeans there? They're not totally ripped. I'm sure they would be a little bit ripped from turning into the Hulk. Do we find out who this old guy is?
Sort of greenish. Didn't you see it?
No. Did he damage anything?
No. Just scared the tar out of me. Turned my dinner from regular to extra crispy.
Hopefully we're going to find out who this guy is. You see there, David asking if the Hulk actually hurt anyone or damaged anything, but he's reassured. He's reassured that, nah.
Here, try this on.
That medal you're wearing is the Medal of Valor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yours?
It is now.
Who is this about to pull up? Right, it's the police. So the police are looking for David, or are they looking for a creature? Do we just presume that David's took that severance pay and gone?
Are you sure you haven't seen anything unusual out here?
Nope.
No. I think he's got a slight feeling, hasn't he, or a slight a gut feeling that David and this creature are connected somehow. So I don't know why you wouldn't confess to that police officer that you did see this creature, unless, you know, he just doesn't want any hassle, I suppose.
Michael? You didn't tell them you saw that creature. You didn't say that you saw me either. Why not?
People's business is their business. They're nothing to do with me.
Uh-huh. You don't like to get involved.
He don't want no hassle. That's why he didn't confess that he did see that creature. But I would like to know the history of that character. I mean, who is he? And I've watched these episodes so many times, but for some reason I just can't remember who this character is. But we've got, as an episode regular, we have got the very annoying Jack McGee, the reporter from the National Register, is on the hunt for the Hulk. And obviously, the Hulk has appeared now in this particular area. So, wherever the Hulk is, Jack McGee will follow.
Yes?
Oh, hello. I'm Jack McGee from the National Register. I'm looking for a Dennis or a Denny Kayle, Kayle.
Oh, yes, he's in the Wagner Pavilion, room 202. Right back this way.
Thank you.
Oh, be careful, David. Be very careful. Jack McGee is on his way. You're standing there, right? He's observing what damage the Hulk has done when he got into a scuffle with Julie's boyfriend. He did throw him around. He threw all three guys around in that scuffle. We see here he's obviously got a broken arm. But are you going to bump into Jack McGee? Because David Banner is presumed dead, and Jack obviously knows David Banner.
Sir?
Yes, can you tell me where the new multiplex radiology unit is?
3 West.
Thanks.
Oh.
Dr. Anderson, to maternity, please.
Just missed him. Just a second missed him. But obviously David's feeling extreme guilt over what the Hulk has done. But how is he going to get on at this radiation therapy unit? Does he manage to use it?
Hi, how's it going?
Fine. Who are you?
David Benchley. I'm with Rowe Scientific. Just came in to check up on the unit. How's it working?
Smooth as silk.
Clever.
You guys can really be proud of it.
Oh, we are. We really are.
Very clever. He's undercover and he's got another surname. It's not Benton. What's the plan now? What's the plan now, David? Maybe it's just a little view of it and how it works, but it'll be interesting to know what his actual plan is. Is he going to sneak in and operate it and have a go?
Miss Aaron, telephone, please. Miss Aaron. Mrs. Fernandez, front desk, please. Mrs. Fernandez.
Excuse me, nurse. Is Dr. Bonifant there?
No, I haven't seen him this morning yet.
Thank you.
Dr. Mrs. O'Brien.
A little sneaky around Doctor. Is it Bonifant? Bonifant's office. See, he's doing that thing again, isn't he? He's thinking about other people before himself. When, if that was me, I'd if there's no one around, I'd get onto that radiation machine and try and cure myself. Obviously, he's been kicked out of Julie's place, but at the back of his mind, he knows there's something dodgy going off with that physician and the stepmom. So he's going to try and find out what it is they're actually injecting her with.
Where's Denny's room?
Second floor, but come to my office first. I want to show you something.
Uh-oh. So, Doctor's going to turn up. David, you managed to avoid Jack McGee, but are you going to avoid the Doctor? Oh. He's already hidden.
I want to show you the x-rays on Julie. I got the doctored ones back.
How do they look?
Perfect. No one would be able to tell the original from that. I mean, it's impossible to tell that it's been altered. If an expert were to examine it, he would confirm my diagnosis of her condition.
And that her condition was terminal.
Absolutely.
How much longer will it take?
Well, let's see. That was the 7th dose I administered yesterday. And since she's already begun passing out, I would say 1, maybe 2 more ought to do it.
So soon?
I thought you couldn't wait to get rid of her.
I just don't want to make any more mistakes.
Ooh, how evil are these people? Wow. Just to try and grab that inheritance. So, David knows it all now. David knows it all. What's his... So, he's going to have to skip, put the radiation on hold, and go back and save Julie. Somehow he's got to get back and save this poor young woman.
This afternoon, Mrs. Bartlett.
Maybe we're going to find out what exactly that myostatin really is. Is there a little scuffle coming out of the office? Oh, he's being caught. He's being caught coming out of Dr. Bono Fitt's office.
He's got Julie's x-rays. I think he's headed toward the house.
Come on, we'll take my car.
There we have it. We're ending on a cliffhanger. Oh my word! An interesting fact we found out while David was in that office. Obviously, overhearing them talk about Julie's X-rays. The boat explosion that killed the father was meant to kill her as well. So the doctor's not happy with the stepmom because it was something to do with her cronies, her henchmen had bungled something up. They'd botched it. So they were left with a survivor, Julie. Now David's got all the information. He knows what the plan is. So he's going to rescue her.
Who is it?
Julie, it's David.
David, they told me you left, that you were disturbed or something.
Julie, listen to me. I've got to try and get you out of here. You're in terrible danger.
What? No, this is my room. My house.
No, Julie.
My...
Julie, listen. Try to understand. Your stepmother and Dr. Bonifant are trying to kill you.
She's not going to believe it. These people that she's trusted, and they've manipulated her into thinking from the accident, from the explosion on the boat, she's got something wrong with her legs. When all this time, she has not got anything wrong with her legs. It's because they keep injecting her with drugs. Yeah, like he said, they're trying to kill her, but who would believe that when you've trusted, especially your stepmom, especially your physician? She's not going to believe it. But then we've got, of course, she's drugged up, but she's trying to cause a bit of commotion by saying no. But this is going to awaken the nurses. Are currently downstairs having a little lunch, but who hear this commotion of him trying to explain to her, look, they're trying to kill you, for friggin' heck's sake.
Julie, you've got to believe me. If they give you one more injection, you're going to die.
Oh, don't do that. We're 6-7 minutes in to this second part, and we're already getting our Hulk out, which is the second one. So the first episode only had one, where in tradition they usually have two. But it looks like this whole feature-length episode is going to get the traditional 3 Hulk outs, if you are counting along. I briefly spoke about earlier, has anyone seen David transform into the Hulk? Now, it looks like Julie, she's about to see it. She's about to see it, but will she believe it? Because obviously, she's drugged up.
Hide me. Julie! Julie!
He's trying to save her. She does not realise this because obviously she's under the influence. You've got the nurses trying to get into the room. He's blocked it. What would you do? What would you do if this man was trying to drag you away from your bed? You know, you'd have the same reaction, wouldn't you? You'd grab whatever, like she did, grabbed something to knock him out with, or try and knock him out with. Because to her now, he's suddenly an intruder, trying to kidnap her. Maybe he's the one that wants the inheritance. She don't know this. Plus the fact that she's under the influence, it's clouding her mind, her judgment. She's panicking, and so you would, and to see this, what potentially could be a horrific transformation into the Hulk, and then once you see the Hulk, friggin' heck, I should imagine she's gonna pass out. Interestingly enough, on that, whoever causes the Hulk to get angry, he usually picks him up, doesn't he, and throws him around. But interestingly enough, she was the one who caused the Hulk out by smashing him over the head with a metal jug. But yeah, interestingly enough, he doesn't pick her up and chuck her across the room like he did earlier with those guys that were beating him up. But that's where David comes in, isn't he? He's still David. He's still consciously... There's a little bit of David consciously knowing what he's doing. But let's have a look what happens now. What is the Hulk going to do? He could just pick her up and chuck her across the room for hitting him over the head. Oh.
Look out, look out. Come on, we gotta get the door open. Get in there. Push it.
Up there.
That's not Benton.
It's just the Jolly Green Giant. It's not every day you see that. They're very calm for what they're standing there witnessing, but they're about to come to the conclusion that maybe whatever this Hulk is taking her away. Maybe the Hulk's going to do the job for them. That's going through their head at the minute. They're not going to worry about her. They're not going to worry about trying to kill her off. Maybe the Hulk is going to do it for them. So that's their stance on it. Not the fact that you was standing there in shock thinking, what the heck is this?
Down here, we got to go after it. Saw what it did to Denny.
It certainly did. I'll probably do the same thing to Julie, won't it? It's the perfect cover-up for disposing of her. Now I'll send Rafe and Phil into the swamp after it, just to be sure.
What a nasty bitch, eh? So she's going to still send one of her henchmen to follow the Hulk, just to make sure that the Hulk disposes of her. How nasty, eh? What the heck? Anyway, let's calm Hulk down and see if Julie can get a grasp of what actually is happening to her. She's witnessing it, so I was wrong to say that I couldn't remember characters that have seen the Hulk transform back to David or into the Hulk. She's witnessed it. She has witnessed it, so she now knows that David is the Hulk.
The x-rays. The file with the x-rays, what happened to it?
I think you stuffed it under my mattress before you...
Yes. Yes, I hid it.
What's that, my medicine?
It's your poison. It's got Dr. Bonafonte's fingerprints all over it.
You'd be hysterical too, wouldn't you? This bloke who you just witnessed transform into this Hulk. How can you trust someone who's just done that? But what options has she got now? I mean, she knows the kind of person David is, because we saw at the start her become very fond of him. She can see that characteristic in him, that he's quite a caring individual.
On the boat, it was you. You were there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just don't want to get mixed up with you.
David, remember I told you somebody saved me, pulled me out of the flames. It was him.
I said that. I knew it was him. They're in hiding at the minute, so luckily this old guy who's camped up not far from the house, and hopefully we're going to find out who he is and why he saved her from that boat fire.
And you probably know that the fire wasn't an accident, don't you, Michael?
What?
No, I didn't see nothing.
What do you mean it wasn't an accident?
The explosion that killed your father was planned by Dr. Bonafonte and your stepmother. And you were supposed to be killed, too.
What horrible, nasty people, that stepmother and the physician, Dr. Bonafide doctor. He's not a bona fide doctor, he's a scam. He's trying to kill her. But who's this old guy? Yeah, that's the big question at the minute. Who is this old guy who actually saved her?
You saved her life once. Are you gonna let her die now? Michael? Michael?
Don't forget earlier, that old guy said he doesn't want to get involved in people's business. We had the cop turn up, asking him if he'd seen the Hulk, which he had done, but he said no. And he could have told him about David, but he didn't. And his response was he just does not want to get involved. So maybe we're not going to find out who he is.
That Medal of Valor you wear around your neck, it was given for someone's commitment to bravery.
Hopefully he'll change his mind and we'll find out who he is, and hopefully he'll help them. But I'm not too sure what the plan is at the minute. He needs to go back and grab those x-rays and that Julie's file, whether that's going to happen. But don't forget, looming in the background, we've got good old Jack McGee, who's on the trail of the Hulk. So he's doing some sniffing around. So it's not only the evil stepmother, the physician, and helping Julie. David's going to have to put up with Jack McGee. eventually.
No, Miss Maloney, we still haven't seen any more of that thing that attacked Denny, and well, then I think that you should call the parents yourself and tell them to pick up their kids at the bus stop just to be on the safe side. Oh, yeah. My boys are keeping a sharp lookout, so don't you worry.
And there's old Jack coming in to sniff around. He wants to know the location the Hulk was spotted in. So he's probably going to end up at the house, Julie's house. Meanwhile, you've still got David and Julie out there in this, I want to say, swamplands, trying to come up with some plan.
Okay, you can get up now. It's just me.
How'd you find us?
You left a trail like a bulldozer. I seen you 5 minutes back. You're going to have to do a whole lot better than that. Would you please try and take better care of these?
Thanks, yes, I will. Are we heading in the right direction?
No, you keep going straight ahead. You're going to wind up in one of them bogs. You've got to skirt around to the west.
Right. So he's got a plan. The plan is to go to the cops with that poison that's got the physician's fingerprints on. That's all he's got at the minute. He could do with that file. He could really do with that file as well. Meanwhile, the henchmen are sniffing around that old guy's camp.
Nobody here. Look at the way they're straining. Hello, base. This is Rafe. Do you read?
Rafe, where are you?
At the edge of the swamp. They must have gone in there.
All right, you know what has to be done.
There she is. She's playing, at the minute, she's playing a classic 80s bitch. Well, this is 70s, this was 77. So it's kind of a prelude to the 80s bitch. I don't know what year, maybe it was 70s, what year Dallas was on our screens, Dallas Dynasty. All those other great American soaps. This is the formation of that classic bitch character.
Here, let me help.
What's your plan? To get to the ranger station and call the sheriff?
No. To have you call the sheriff, I have to be careful about the law or anybody that might recognize me.
You're in some kind of trouble?
No, I'm not, but...
That creature is.
Yeah.
Creature? Do you mean to say that you have something to do with that thing I saw?
It's him.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. You're crazy.
It's the truth. I saw it happen.
Come on, we shouldn't be stopping.
How does it happen?
Well, it's a metamorphosis, a change that takes place whenever I get angry.
So now we've got two people who know who David really is. Can they keep a secret? I hope so. Are we going to spot come into a spot of trouble down this boggy creek area? There was no other way round. This was it.
I got something on my leg.
It's probably a leech.
Oh. Bloody hell, it's a bear. What's going to happen here now? Is this going to be our third Hulk out? Is it? Because we've had two. But Flaming Neck, what could possibly go wrong? And there you have it. There's your answer. So friggin' bear. Ding, 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 ding. Tonight on WWE's main event, it's the Bear versus the Hulk. Oh my gosh. Who's going to win this? Oh. The bear went flying. Hulk wins! Woo! Just to make you aware, that was not a real bear. No bears were harmed during the making of this episode. And let's have a celebration for the Hulk winning. Oh. Ding, 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 ding. In match 2, we've got the Henchmen versus the Hulk. How's this going to fare? Plus, how are we going to... We need a quicker way of getting out of that boggy creek.
Come on, this way.
It's all right. That way. Michael, I can hear the dogs.
I know.
The Hound of the Baskervilles. They're coming for you. Yeah, there was no other way crossing that creek without actually going through it. But hopefully we're going to get close to the ranger station now. That's the plan.
What next?
Got to get the poison out. Here, take this.
Oh, he's been bit. He's been bit by a snake.
Hold on now. Hold on. Hand me your bottle.
Ooh. She's going to suck the poison out of that bite. Friggin' heck. Meanwhile, David's over there chilling, changing back into David. But I still want to know his connection to her. Why did he save her? I don't know. I don't know if he's a distant relative, maybe.
The bear.
It's all right. You took care of it.
What happened? Are you all right?
It's a rattler.
The doctor was out. How'd I do?
Pretty good. How does it feel?
It doesn't. But then I'm not going anywhere. Now you two better get.
No, we're not leaving without you. Now, Julie, I think you can walk. I think you can if you want to, if you need to.
She's going to persist now that she can't walk. That's what she's been made to believe, that she cannot walk because it was part of this explosion on the boat. It caused this disability that she can't use her legs, but it's all part of her being poisoned by the physician and her evil stepmother. But he's now he's got to convince her that she can get up, she can walk. As soon as this poison wears off, she does realise that. She does realise. She's just been made to believe that she can't. Obviously, because they're poisoning her to death for the inheritance. But I'm struggling to figure out who that old bloke is and why he saved her. I don't think we're going to get an explanation. Maybe he was a friend of the family. A friend of her dad.
Not very far to go. There's one more channel to cross, then there's a clearing ahead and a stand of trees, and behind them is a ranger station.
They'll kill you, you know.
Not if they don't find me.
The dogs will find you.
Maybe not. Now you give me a hand, down to the edge of the water. Come on, son. Let's go now.
Still got the job of convincing her that she can walk. Bit of tough love that David's going to express here. The hounds of the Baskervilles are on hot on their tails. They're eventually going to catch up with them.
Dogs are really hot now. We ought to be able to stop them before they get to the outside channel.
All right, keep after them. I'll send Wallace around the other direction. Wallace, they're getting near the west side of the swamp. Are you ready to head them off?
You got it, Mrs. Griffith. Be like shooting fish in a barrel.
So now we've got the added benefit of a chopper, a helicopter, that's going to be having a better view from them from above. But it's not just that. It's not just the Hounds of the Baskervilles. It's not the helicopter that they've got to worry about. It's the boggy creek itself causes another problem. And we're not talking about bears. We're talking about quicksand.
Oh! Julie! It's quicksand! Don't move! The bottom, under the water, it's quicksand. Of course, stay flat like you're swimming. Stay as flat as you can. Reach to the bank. Pull yourself up.
David!
Julie, the branch, get it down for me. Julie! Pull it down to me, Julie.
I can't reach it!
You're gonna have to reach that branch. You've got to save him. He saved you. It's your turn to save him. She's got to believe in herself that she can reach. She's gonna have to get up. It's not gonna end well.
I can't do it!
Julie!
David, I can't!
Julie!
David! No!
Julie!
David, don't let that happen! No, not now! No, it'll make it worse!
Julie, for God's sake!
Julie! Oh, Julie. I spoke about this before, that David treats the Hulk as this, almost like this disease he's got to cure or control or, get rid of totally. But there's been so many times where the Hulk has saved his life. This is one of them. I mean, you could class the bear as one of them. I'm sure David, as a regular human being, would have got mauled by that bear and killed. Yeah. Just so many times where the Hulk has pulled through and saved David.
I think you can walk. I think you can, if you want to, if you need to.
He still needs that branch, Julie. You're going to have to get up. You're going to have to get up and get him. I'm pretty sure that chopper would have been there by now. So she eventually does find the strength to get up and grab that branch. Oh. Oh, now they're stuck. Oh, those poor dogs. Those poor bloody dogs. Friggin' heck. Now they're all stuck in the quicksand. But they've still got that chopper, don't forget. The chopper is overhead. I forgot about those superhuman high jumps that the Hulk can do. I seem to remember this was a common thing in the comic book. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I've got to go around again. I'll get him this time. I've got him now.
Is he going to throw that at the chopper, and is this going to cause the chopper to crash and maybe cause a death? Because I'm presuming if that chopper comes down and explodes, that I can't imagine that guy surviving that.
I'm going down in the water. I'm going down.
Well, there's your answer. It slowly, very slowly, just dropped down. So we didn't get a crash. Jack McGee's still hanging around.
There. What is it? Don't know. Ranger station
station by the swamp heard some shots in a helicopter. You coming?
Yeah.
Wait. You've got to stay here. They mustn't see you. Let me have the poison in your pocket.
I can't believe that poison's still there in his pocket after everything he's been through. And it's still there. The quicksand, the bear, he's still got the poison. So she's going to take that now to the ranger station, call the sheriff. There's her proof. And she can walk.
No.
She's trying to get him to stay there to protect him. He can't walk with her to the station. She's a fantastic actress. She does pop up in another episode, which is a favourite of mine. In season 4, it was the first 2 episodes. They often did that. If a season premiere, they'd start off with a double episode, and Prometheus was what it's called, and she's just great in that, as she was in this. Laurie Prange, a great actress, right? So she's got to the ranger station, got hold of the sheriff, and we're about to come to a conclusion, a closure.
Did anybody come along?
No, Missy. He's still inside.
So this is the whole point of this visit, was for David to test out this new radiation unit that could potentially cure him. This is a great plan to get his 2 new friends to cover for him while he tries to operate this radiation unit.
What happened? Did you try the radiation treatment?
Yeah. Did it work? Would it stop you from turning into that creature?
God only knows.
So we don't know whether he's cured or not. We're going to have to wait till the next time he gets angry. But that's the basis. He's telling her that he can't stay. He has to move on. He has to keep moving on until he knows for sure that there's no more Hulk. This then gets interrupted by Jack McGee, who wants to interview Julie.
Excuse me, I'd like to get a full story on everything that happened to you. I think maybe the readers would be interested. Have you heard from your stepmother or your doctor since they were taken into custody?
No, I haven't.
I hear that her 3 henchmen are all in jail.
Yes, I think so.
You know, the thing that really interests me is that creature that carried you into the swamp. What happened to that?
It went down in some quicksand.
So now we get that sad ending that we get to every episode of David walking off or driving off to the next town in search for a cure. But obviously in this ending, he's going to have to find out if that radiation unit did cure him. Now, the only way of finding that out is if he gets angry. Now, for me, I think he should have stayed where he was, just to test it, to see if it had cured him. He may have needed more than one treatment. Who knows? But he's moving on anyway. He's moving on. And there we have it. that's the episode done. Well, 2 episodes. I hope you enjoyed it. That was A Death in the Family, Part 1 and 2. If you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing. Please consider hitting the like button. And I'll see you on another video. Take care, look after yourselves.